All right, you too. How you doing this morning? You know, they supposed to put the fence back up around the Capitol, but I want to show y'all this before they do, okay? Because I'm gonna track that event and see just where they gonna start, when they gonna start. I guess that looked like some construction there, right here, that they got something blocked off. But I think that's the biggest mistake in the world they're making is putting this fence back up. See, because they need to send a strong message, man. You come down here with some bullshit, we got something for your ass. All right? And now I'm just showing you the Capitol, man. This is they're gonna put the fence back up next weekend. They got a big protest coming in here about the election. So out of fear, they gonna re-fence the Capitol and Supreme Court. Now let me show y'all something. This is Senate Circle, where we are right here, and this particular statue right here. One of the things you'll find out about DC, DC has a lot of symbolism about it. That's just, baked in the cake in this city. But this right here is the Peace Memorial. This is America crying on the shoulders of history, who's reading off all of the names of the naval Civil War dead right here. That's what this statue right here represents. That's me, sir. I'm coming. Yes, sir. How you doing, sir? I was just trying to give him a little history. That's it. Yes, sir. All right, sir. How you doing today? I'm well, thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. So, see you see how that is. As he was very nice about that. He could have been real nasty. But let me show y'all what this is. This is the Peace Memorial. Okay? But in 1830s and 40s, this was a slave auction block. Right here, right where you're looking at right here, in the 1830s and 40s, this was a slave auction block. Right here. So when I see this, I see America crying on the shoulders of history, who's reading off all of the names of the families that was torn apart right here in this very same location. This, in the 1830s and 40s, was a slave auction block right at the Senate Circle. Okay? Give y'all a little, and see, let me show you. This was the site of the slave auction block, and where the courthouse sit. Let me show y'all this. See, this is, I know this look like a parking lot, but this literally is Pennsylvania Avenue. And the reason Pennsylvania is the main third avenue to the White House is because the Capitol has been there 4 times. Once in York, once in Lancaster, and twice in Philadelphia. That's why Pennsylvania Avenue is the main avenue going to the White House from the Capitol. Okay? And believe me, when the president walked down here, all of these lamps and lights and all of that, man, they take all this stuff up. All this stuff is removed when during the inauguration. Now, where the federal courthouse sit, that was the site of the St. Charles Hotel. The St. Charles Hotel's claim to fame was they had 6 30-foot slave pens in the basement of that hotel. And if you stayed there, your slaves would be well taken care of. And if one of them escaped, they would pay you full value. Right here, this is the federal courthouse. That was the site of the St. Charles Hotel, right there. Okay, now what's in the basement of every federal courthouse that you go into? Central cell. central cell is in the court, is in every courthouse in America, probably the world. Okay? That's right. But that was the site of the St. Charles Hotel. This is the Francis Perkins building. That's the Labor Department. She was the first woman to hold a cabinet position in the federal government, and she was in labor for 12 years. Okay? Now, normally, man, they pull normally they will stop. I'm gonna see if they're gonna stop me. They will. Okay? See this guy. Oh, I can't go up this way? You won't let me go this way? Okay. Wow. See, I can't. Look, you see that? I'm driving the limo, man. They won't let me go up there. That's interesting. Now, he wouldn't let me go up there. Let me show you how inconsistent these dudes are. They ain't consistent at all. They ain't consistent at all. See, he for whatever reason, he do. Now I can get in a truck like that, or I can get in a low roof van, and they'll let me drive through. I can drive through there with all kind of shit in the van, and they won't even stop. But you see what they did? How they did the limo? They made me pull off for whatever reason. See, so now I'm really curious. Now they really got me curious. Okay? They really got me curious now. Let's just see what kind of uniformity they have. He probably in radar. They got black limo driving around. Be on the lookout. Okay, so this is the fencing. That's construction fencing right here. This is not the same kind of fencing that they're gonna put up for the protest. That's for this work that they're doing right here. Been a minute since I've been up here, man, because after January 6th, you couldn't even drive down this street. They had all of this stuff blocked off. Oh, see, this is the Senate side right here that we're on. All those are the Senate office buildings over on this side. Lots of police, that's one thing for certain. A lot of them up here. And show y'all, this where they hang out at right here. That's the hangout. Let's see what we got working here. They ain't started putting up no fence nowhere. They haven't started yet. Let's see. Now I just want to see how far they're gonna let me go. We'll try to go down Independence Avenue. Let's see where they let me go. See what I should do, man. I should come back up top and go down to the bottom on him just so he can see. Actually, Frederick Douglass lived right over not far from here at 3rd and 8th Street. Not far from here. His first house before he moved over to Southeast. He was over here on Capitol Hill. So as you can see, they haven't started putting up the fence yet. This is East Capitol, I think it is. Let me see, can I go down to East Capitol? See if they'll let me go down East Capitol. Yeah, this is East Capitol. Let's see if they'll let me go down to East Capitol. Let's see. Now, now let me show you something. I want to show y'all. Now, I'm on the front end of the Capitol. Now, when I was trying to come from the bottom side, they wouldn't let me come up. Okay, it wouldn't let me come up. Now I could turn right around. I could turn right, and so I'm not trying to antagonize the dude, but I could turn right here and go right down the hill and pass him up. The same guy that wouldn't let me come up the hill, I can pass him going down the hill. But see, I don't want to piss him off. You know, that guy, I could easily do that shit. See, this is the very front of the Capitol, y'all. Okay. This is the east side. There's freedom. Freedom faces the east because it will always see a day begin and it will never see a day end. Philip Reed, an enslaved black man, was paid $1.25 a day. Everybody else made $1 a day. The Italians are the ones that made the mold for freedom. They didn't want to tell the Americans where the seams were because they were trying to get more money. Philip Reed figured out how to hoist up freedom so the seams could be exposed and it could be sent to the foundry to be taken apart. Now, this is the house side. Matter of fact, let me show y'all some more Capitol. This is the house side right here. This is where we are, the house side. Okay, that's the house. That's the Cannon. You got the Longworth and the Rayburn in that order. This is the Library of Congress. This is the during the War of 1812. That's the Library of Congress they burned down. When the British came here, they burned down the Capitol, the White House, and the Library of Congress. This is the building that they burned down, right here. If you want to do some research, you want to go here in the Library of Congress. You can actually get a library card for this building right here. Okay, but just let me show y'all a little of this history right here. Okay, so this actually is Capitol Hill that we're on. And actually, at the site of the Rayburn House office building, that was the site of Israel Bethel AME Church. When right down here, when Lincoln finally approved black men to be able to join the Union Army, in one day, over 800 black men came to Israel Bethel AME Church and joined the Union Army. It was known as the Little White Church on the Hill. Okay, the guy that was in the pickup. Happened last week or so ago. That was right here. How he get up on that sidewalk? I don't know. See, they ain't stopped him, but they stopped me. You see, I just want to show y'all, man. I want to show y'all the inconsistencies. And I could go right now and drive right back by him, and he'll be pissed off. He'll be super pissed. I ain't trying to do that. I don't want to antagonize the man like that. I could mess him up. Okay, so this is Capitol Hill, y'all. Now, if you can find a house over here under 700,000 and don't buy it, you might have passed up a good deal. I'm gonna say that again. If you can find a house over here under 700,000 and don't buy it, you might have passed up a good deal. Okay? You might have passed up a good deal. I'm gonna show y'all. I'll do one thing, man. I'll show y'all a slave plantation that's still here. One time, the Friendship House. One time, what's his name wrote the Star Spangled Banner. He owned it. Yeah, y'all didn't know the writer of the Star Spangled Banner used to be the DA of he was the district attorney of DC. Francis Scott Key was the district attorney of DC. I'm gonna show you a slave plan, and he owned slaves. He was for slavery. Okay, he was definitely for slavery. Mr. Henry's, right here. This is where Roberta Flack got her start. Right here at Mr. Henry's. All right, that's where Roberta Flack got her start at. This brother been out here a vendor, man. He been a vendor for, shoot, almost 40 years now. Almost 40 years now. That brother been out here a long time. Long time, Frank. Been out here a long time, man. Long time. He been right here on this corner. I know a good 30 years. A good 30 years. This vendor been right here on this corner. Good 30 years. Good 30. And that's hands down. You know, probably close to 40. Y'all, let me show y'all where this is the oldest house on Capitol Hill, built in 1795. This right here, the Friendship House. That was a slave plantation, starting from right here. These are now $1 million condos right here. Okay? These are condos, but all of this was a slave plantation right here. Francis Scott Key owned this house at one time. Okay? This was a slave plantation right here. Okay? All of that was a slave plantation right here on Capitol Hill. Okay? And I'm gonna show y'all one Underground Railroad stop in DC, and then I'm gonna end this tour for y'all. Right now, I put on for you can sell ticketed events on Twitter. So right now, I'm waiting for them to approve. I'm gonna do tours on Twitter. I'm gonna do virtual Black History tours on Twitter. Right here, this is the first Ebenezer Black church on Capitol Hill. And this was a stop on the Underground Railroad, right here. This was a stop on the Underground Railroad. Okay, right here. And the one thing that I found fascinating about DC during that time was wherever there was a concentration of black people in Washington, DC, first thing they did was build a church. And usually that church had a school in it because it was against the law, whether you were free or enslaved, to get an education. Okay? So this is Capitol Hill. Right here. And like I said, if you can get a house right in here under $700,000 and don't buy it, you done passed up a deal. Right here. Okay? So that's it, y'all. I'll see y'all. I'm headed to the White House. See you later.